Komon-Tok, in case you don't know. Oh yeah. Whenever we pledge with love and loyalty to his sweet, sweet mamas alone. Now we all for come together as one. For tomorrow, now we go make salon. Anytime where you day, it no matter. Anytime where you go, it no matter. Anything you they do, it no matter. Oh yeah, it no matter. Now we for turn up Tanga one. Inside Sierra Leone, let one big family, cause no place like home. In case you don't know, this not Komon-Tok. Where they bring information about salon. In case you don't know, this not Komon-Tok. Where they bring information about salon. For education, entertainment, political affairs. Tune in Komon-Tok. For education, entertainment, political affairs. Tune in Komon-Tok.
From the streets of it down to the world beyond, we the yarn about the things we the hold strong. Political talks, we no go shy. Migration stories should no go die. Entertainment, we go dance to the beats. Health and well-being, make we rise from we sit. This now we platform, we go speak the truth. For the young and the old, now we
Yes, Una, welcome back to yet another very, very, very important segment where they come through the Komon-Tok platform. And just like any other day inside this community, inside this Komon-Tok, we know they're done with Komon-Tok. And if you like the game just the extra large, the game just to involve more players inside. The twist and turn of this event, of this incident, we don't know how it will lead. And at this particular junction, we feel say we also voting at the media, we get obligation for send Kulata to a Kulata. The government of Salon for also be very, very careful. Why? Because then they cook. And as a Komra, you got to go also for bring food, so items and for come food na yours. And especially if you're not poor Komra, you have to go and beg people and go and toss. You have to behave well with the company, with your neighbors. Then, whatever they say so, the thread at which this case between the First Lady, Koidu Olins, and Parliament don't jump in now, I'm sure probably this is how they come up from. If we don't manage them well, it will become catastrophic. It will become big problem. I'll put this thing very clear. The First Lady, if you're gonna courts as least, I don't give 1 week or so, Marabiona the president. There is no way absolutely they would get calm. I mean, in terms of serious litigation, because these are two cases we can just not a $1,000-$2,000 case there. Now case would involve millions of dollars cases there. These, yes, I'm telling you, millions of dollars there. And who's I get for come out? Of course, Marabioga for supporting UF. And particularly where we they see, I mean, more or less, then we'll say the effect for the people of Salon. I mean, you get a point. So if an effect for the people of Salon is like an effect for the government of Salon, so it's obligatory upon the government to dip into their pockets and assist the First Lady. Because we never know. No lawyer know they at the world. According to me, the landed people that we meet on talk with, no lawyer know they at the world. We're going to to say this case are the go winner for you. Because the lawyer now argue, they go argue points. Now argue, they go act with fact. And no one thing. In law, they don't get anything like truth. In law, there's nothing like truth. Law, they deal solely with the fact. The law, they deal with fact, not truth. If the truth can sign a bonus, but what in the law they deal with now fact. So it depends on the fact in front of the judge or make a decision whether this case you winner or you no winner. So now that make any professional lawyer where you deal with, where you ask, it will tell you we the always sincere, and not go guarantee you say, no, this case I go winner for you. It will show you the demerits and advantage and disadvantage, all of this. This is not, it just like, like when I can say biscuits, you don't know how they, I mean, you don't know how they bend. Not so if you hamburger biscuits, you know they even know. Now all yola. But anyway, this is just what we get generally. But we get for try very hard for bring some landed experts, them lawyers, them can help we argue on this one, so we understand how this case. So what do they can jump into 3 today? I mean the program is super tight. I don't know if you go time go permit we. The parliament don't jump into this case. As soon as see, the first lady don't demand $50 million from Koidu Holdings. And that money they for be paid to the NRA, National Revenue Authority, within 7 days. If that not happen, it would take Koidu Holdings now to court them, both locally and internationally. And also, Koidu Holdings need for write apology letter. If you remember, you recall the letter of Koidu Holdings, more or less not the same thing. Koidu Holdings, they asked for the first lady pay them $20 million for resume operation and issue public apology. Now, governments don't win technically the parliament. So as you see, it's getting serious. Not so it's getting more serious. It already we don't get serious, but it's getting more serious. But what about the fate of the 1,000 plus workers on that side? Who is talking for them? Who is paying their bills? Who is supporting them financially? Who are they up there? Then get family there. All right. These are the issues that we for can live on. We can just with a different side within YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, as well as TikTok. They can just
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This now Komon-Tok. In case you don't know. Oh, yeah. Whenever we pledge with love and loyalty to his sweet mama Salome.
All right, so just like as always, we get with gentle reminder. Well, you know already, you know the zone. Then say what in sharing is caring. In fact, yeah, John the Pantok can say, John posting camera they say, oh, we like and share. Thank you, John, for reminding us. I'm sure people need to share. That's not the only one that they will keep we alive, honestly. Because we wanna like the program, wanna share. Technically, they encourage you for calm because the algorithm more or less go favor we. YouTube will potentially shrunk to people that will potentially bag of action. So you see, we all doing this together, but we're not get more work at even 10 past we. All right. Now let me go first BBC. What is so? Let me hear BBC and then we come back. This now Umar Fufana, he put this case. And we therefore can read for you the letter. The word down. Oh my. 13 lawyers. So they can't do it painstaking. Can read them for now, word by word. And it's serious. And there is a point where Lekusa, first lady in lawyers, makes sense. We talk about here, not so. You see, Koidu Holdings, they implicate themselves in some way. What's in Koidu Holdings do? Then say them don't pay for more than Canada country, the 2003, they don't pay $173 million in tax revenue. And that's they owe 30% of the extractive industry. But what in them fail for puts almost sudden profits. And if you can recall, me and Jerry Cole, Reggie Cole rather be there, it tell you but only what's in this company? The company name they forget me say Anyway, logo. It paid the company invest 10 million as a loan and make 6 billion. So what in Koidu only be failed for put at that letter, the lawyers that know your mind and say, look, when I tell you I don't pay taxes amount, but why would I not put Amos Nadom in itself, not to transparency? But anyway, the letter eroded, it gets so much. Listen this we can just now.
To the US dollar, even if they are to be paid in the local currency, the Leone. But the sticky point they say is that the 2016 exchange rate is still being used to calculate that pay. So due to the plummet in the value of the local currency against the dollar, they are only receiving about 30% of what the real value of their pay should be. They also allege that they live in poor conditions at the mine. The president of the mine workers, Charles Kimesi, says that some of them work underground, and while they are there for between 8 and 12 hours a day, there are no toilet facilities for them and no drinkable water.
We are not happy based on the action of the management or the board of directors who took this law upon themselves by dismissing unlawfully working condition. There is no difference between any slavery because they cannot provide me a proper medical facilities, and most of our colleagues, they are working at the underground without any proper drinking water and no proper ventilation. So I see no difference between slavery. Our next step will not take the law into our hands. All we do, we follow the due process of the law. We are demanding for justice, and I believe justice will be served accordingly.
So that's Charles Kanesi, who's the president of the Koidu Limited Workers Union. Umaru, besides firing the workers, what else has the company done?
The company, Koidu Limited, declined to respond to the allegations, with their head of corporate affairs, Ibrahim Toure, saying to me that he was restricted from talking on the matter at present. But they had previously denied any wrongdoing, but then the aggrieved workers persist that indeed the conditions under which they have been working are appalling.
This is the biggest diamond mining company in the country. Hundreds of workers losing their jobs. We know that those mines are usually the center of a community. It must be affecting both the economy and the area.
It is affecting the economy. The company, for example, says that they lose millions of dollars when they do not carry out their activities, as have been affected by the strike. Now, the government has been working a very, very tightrope in all of this, concerned about direct foreign investments, with the economy doing very badly, but also about the job losses, with unemployment pretty rife in the country. Now, that said, the government has consistently said that the country's mineral wealth should not be its undoing, as was manifested by their termination or cancellation of some 6 years ago, of the contracts of 2 mining companies in the north of the country, a Chinese one, Shandong, and a US registered one, SL Mining.
Now, the intriguing bit here, the First Lady, Fatima Bio, has weighed in on this. I find that odd. Why is she taking a personal interest in this?
Well, Fatima Bio hails from Kono district, where the mine is situated. She says that her husband asked her early this year to help negotiate a way out of the impasse because of the fact that, she was born in Kono. Now, so after a series of meetings with officials of the company, she went to Kono herself and was there for days. She held at least one rally at which she addressed the aggrieved workers at the time. That was in March. She slammed the company, saying that the district, which is rich in natural wealth, hadn't benefited from its God-given riches. Now, she also pushed out a series of videos on her Facebook page detailing her position on the issue in English as well as in the local lingo Creole.
This is a problem between you and the people of Kono district. I am one of those people because I am a daughter of that soil. So please, whatever they are saying to you, they're just wasting your time. It is just company that is suffering. Our people are suffering, but they have suffered since 2013 to today. So sufferness is part of our DNA. We understand what it means to suffer. If you continue to put out a press release that does not reflect the negotiation that is ongoing, I will assure you I'll be on social media every day. And any day I come on social media is to narrate everything I know about Koidu Holdings. So please, stop undermining the process and let us do what is right for your company and what is right for our people.
And that's Leone's First Lady, Fatima Bio there. Umaru, Where to next?
Well, it's an interesting question, Audrey. It looks like an impasse because the company has filed a 7-pager letter, very strongly worded. They say that unless the First Lady meets a long list of demands, they will take her to the municipal courts in Sierra Leone, as well as to the regional ECOWAS courts. They will also, among other actions, launch an international asset tracing investigation of assets allegedly owned by her directly or indirectly, and they will also seek international travel restrictions against her. To forestall all that, the 7-pager letter demands that she should pay $20 million to enable them to restart operations, and that she must apologize for her statements against the company with an assurance that she will desist from making any such remarks or allegations against them again.
That's Umaru Fofana.
All right, so it's getting, as what they say, they call, I don't know, but the point I want to make, both of the players that were involved, especially when it comes to government, then got to play the more matured role in this entire thing. Because guess what? In as much as we say now we diamond, now we gold, now we mining, now we this is the reason we make a lot of people and they say these are the things, and if not so because of we inability, the leaders and their inability for see the value in NTR for nationalize them, minor on your own, we need to get in Sakaria. Other countries do the tour for the citizens, and there's nothing wrong. How many years they would they bind diamond? Almost 100 years. We're not get nothing where we go point physically. We're not get absolutely nothing where they go point physically. Say this as a result of the diamond. Look at diamond more than 500 characters where them defense 500 anonymous character against during Ibikin time. What you will see during Tijankabat time, what you will see during Madabion time, this other one, I don't know if I like then 300 and something back. All of them diamonds there would rebots go back even to Stephen time up to we're not get nothing tangible all the show say now from where extractive industry we don't pull this. It's because we not value. I see what did happen at Botswana. But anyway, as I say, we can't do ourselves a favor. What you see on screen, plenty people there we know for sure. Now 9 o'clock in the camp, 9 o'clock, 9:30, and now they hope for can get correct information, and we don't take that responsibility. So what you do today? This we can read them for you. Let you see this letter contains 11 pages, but it's not just pages. It's not just words. It's strong, and it gets a lot of information inside. Now, let me start from on the top. See, the leading law firm will take this one. When a barrister at law solicitors, legal and business consultant, and calling Tijan Cole Yila. Then they don't practice for more than 25 years. In general, they don't exist for quite some time because we do a little bit of check on them. I'm not going to share the page now. Yeah? They can do adverts for them. But I just try for Thursday and get huge experience according to the website. So these are 13 lawyers and then get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 lawyers in. And this now yesterday then Pula 13 lawyers in. Now then director to the Director General constantly possibly writes a letter. Now we go quick one. We have them put notice of intended illegal action, unlawful interference, incitement, defamation, and damage to Koidu Limited and Octia Limited. We have been consulted and our services retained by Dr. Fatima Mada Bio, the First Lady of Sierra Leone, herein referred to as our client in connection with the above mentioned. Your letter dated 6th May 2025 addressed to our client, touching and concerning the above subjects, and copied to His Excellency the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone and several ministers of government, and served as well on our client on the 7th day of May 2025. has been received and handed over to us with instructions to reply to it. We are further informed by our client that she saw your said letter on social media for quite some time before it was formally served on our office, and in our office, a conduct view as deliberately designed and executed by you and our enablers to cause public outcry and dissatisfaction against our clients, and to subject her to national and international opprobrium and ridicule, with clear intents to destroy our standing in society, locally and internationally. The deliberate motive of your said letter is premised on the fact that you proceeded with its own check and vile content, even when you are fully aware that the laws of Sierra Leone and those of Guernsey, which derive their legal traditions and precedents from the common law of England, provide grave consequences, including punitive damage against you and your companies, i.e. Octia Limited and Koidu, for unbridled defamation. Besides, additional legal consequences may lie and be pursued against you personally under the Legal Practitioners Code of Conduct, regulating the practice of law in the jurisdiction where you are licensed to practice law. I'll break this one for people then. Now, them 13 lawyer, they don't assess, they don't look into the lawyer, the case, the letter where Koidu Olin be right to Madam Fatima Bio. As we don't know the headline, defamation, interference, incitement, all of them. But the lawyer, they argue, say, first, Koidu Olins then get ulterior motive, then get something at their heart, then do this deliberately for provoke public anger, let people vex, let people laugh the first lady. In fact, no, not just do the thing professionally. When they get this letter, then serve this letter, then put it on our social media instead of they even serve her officially. So in there, according to the 13 lawyer, then this is a breach of the code of conduct. In fact, as a professional, then get right even for sue and personally for behaving that way. And also then find and clearly say that a defamation for doing that according to their own findings. All right, let's continue. Quick one. Summary of our client's cause against you and your companies. As we will be demonstrated in the ensuing paragraphs, there is sincerely no legal and factual basis for the numerous false claims that you stated in your letter against our client. In fact, your feeble attempts to draw a nexus between our client intervention into your company's labor dispute with their employees, which said intervention was initiated by and at your behest, as well as any economic loss emanating therefrom. It's simply unsupported by the available facts in the strike action had begun long before your management asked for our client's intervention to resolve the existing impasse, which was not in any way initiated by our client as alleged or at all. In the same vein, your threats to seek international legal redress and diplomatic sanction against our clients, including threats of obtaining travel restrictions, extradition, and freezing of assets, orders against our clients in any local or international court will come flying in your face for lacking legal basis and will be summarily dismissed with the contempt it deserves. In particular, the misleading claims made against our client, including the claim that she was investigated by the SEC for use of public funds for private and fanciful interests, knowing same to be false, as being disputed by the SEC itself, is a compelling case for defamation, which laws of both Sierra Leone and your parent company jurisdiction, Guernsey, provide grave legal consequences for, and which our client shall pursue locally and internationally. The premises on the above, and before proceeding to deal with the specifics of your defamation and malicious claims against our clients, are preemptory instructions from our clients regarding remedy your conduct are as follows. Now, let me just take this one quick. Let's just see. Now, according to Motin, then 13 lawyers input, they say all of this, when they say allegation, this talk, this kind of claim where this Koidu in the say against the first lady for say na you just grab upon himself, he go wage strike, he go force the people and for strike. Then say not to so it be. In fact, now Koidu only management reach out to the first lady, making intervene because strike been already they go on before even in the car inside. So now the management, so anything we come out of loss, as how them they say and claim for let it paid damages, they're not responsible for that because now Koidu holding action for jumping to. But however, now they come on the CEO spots. Listen this. Where they come. Number one, that you issue a formal apology to our client, considering that the pack of misleading statements made against our client contained in your letter will create public dissatisfaction for her, and that you circulate the said apology widely. Now, what does this mean? In the letter where Koidu be put, then talk about ACC be investigates the first lady on corruption charges, on embezzling, thief money, use public money for buy things when not necessary, use public, holiday trip. The lawyer don't deny, say not to so it be. In fact, yes, we see the lawyer, the SEC be pull a statement say and completely more or less defend the first lady and say in not found a wanting and that previous first ladies and they don't do the same, and therefore there was no case. So it was even wrong for Koidu Olins refer to them, say them below investigator, which in this case anyway, then go for gonna court because if it didn't have the news say actually they're looking to they investigate now then come now the 13 lawyers and one ladies company beg the first lady then for come publicly and beg her. I go bet you 99.9% they would not do that. They wouldn't do that. Okay, let me go before that. You and your said companies pay damages for defaming our client in the sum of $50 million to the National Revenue Authority of Sierra Leone within 1 week of receiving this letter, failing which our instruction is to institute legal proceedings against you and your companies in Sierra Leone, and simultaneously instructing solicitors in Guangzhou to do the same to ensure that our clients' demands are met. So this is a very tough and strong position where the lawyers and they come. Of course, you have to expect this. We talk about 13 lawyers that then come together and write this. You're not going to expect this letter for be weak. No, if it be weak, like for season maybe sometime they're not strong. But the lawyers and we check about them in practice. They don't practice for very long. This farm, So these demands are very strong. 50 million. Now, you look like this one. If you look and look the previous one, Koidu Olins we are asking for almost 20 million. Now, the first lady they asked for two times and a half, 2.5%. A double and 2 times and a half. In call for 50 million. Koidu Olins called for 20 million. Technically, it can go for reach at a consensus. Well, a lot of people when we talk behind the scenes, some liar and tell you say this is actually a way for strike compromise. If them be really one for sue, then for just go and sue. But this time for let them strike compromise. It can be sort of like a threat. It can be more like for let them just then weaken you or maybe draw attention. That's not the purpose of some of their letters there. Although sometimes indeed they can take up to their actions and say, you know what, the 1 week done, since this person not comply, we pursue your actions. But we rush quick one. Additionally, to be pursued by our clients. In fact, then say then go fend the first, then go sue Koidu Olins na salon, and then go take them back internationally, just like way Koidu Olins say the same. Then say the same. So you see, more or less tit for tat, knock me and knock you, Additionally, measures to be pursued by our clients include reporting the conduct of your said companies with international human rights organizations, including but not limited to Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch, with the results that diamonds produced from your companies mined in Sierra Leone and elsewhere will be declared internationally to be products of human rights violations and abuse. It is our fervent hope and trust that you will not make such approach come to fruition, as it will lead to global boycott of your already tainted diamonds. Let's put this one. This one for go say then they go tell Amnesty International make more or less than publish certain thing. Amnesty now I don't know which leverage where this law firm gets against Amnesty International, because not to say they happen. You can go lay complain, they get go evidence, but you know they force them for publish something, an article, without then do them final. Any article will probably get politically motivated, as in this case, possibly they will not maybe contain answer. Then go listen you. This is just my general understanding of her. Like I say, I don't know the leverage where this law firm gets against Amnesty International. All right, let me go quick one, because we need for rush not to do. Your false and baseless claims against our client. As noted earlier, we have carefully reviewed the content of your said letter. Properly consider your letter, although written under the corporate name of Octia Limited, appears to be personal attack on the person of our client, as it is simply goes beyond the remit of our client's alleged conduct complained of in your letter, i.e., allegedly calling you an illegal strike action against your company, allegedly defaming your companies, and in the process, allegedly accusing your companies to go into care and maintenance, thereby occasioning financial loss. You carefully drafted and choose the wording of your letter in a manner deliberately designed to defame our client beyond your original complaint concerning matters pertaining to your corporate entities. As noted earlier, few examples of your deliberate falsehood against our client include your allegations in paragraph 2, page 3 of your referred letter that the Sierra Leone Anti-Corruption Commission, an institution that investigated our clients, our own financial affairs for siphoning public and charity funds for our personal shopping, travel, accommodation, has confirmed there was no evidence of any corruption, bribery, or similar illegal activities of Koidu Holdings. So this is getting tougher and tougher. Now, what on this simply it refer to? Then 13 lawyers there, they argue say what in Koidu Holdings do now a personal attack. In other words, something will not be get no business for do with them complain or then grievance or then conflict. Why then they can mention about the first lady in personal answer for our girl, or in travel, or in money we take, or in money we use. So in fact, apart from there, a lot of people in Bako, they read that content, they make similar content. See, it appear in that particular paragraph. I think the lawyers in this one, it looked like say yes, then maybe then listen public opinion. A lot of people and say it seems to be in that particular paragraph public and personal attack that then they refer to. I'll rush quick one on this one. And then go before, then say may have read the press of 8 May 2024 published by the said Anti-Corruption Commission. Your characterization of the nature and the basis of the said ACC investigation is simply inaccurate and is deliberately intended to defame our client. On the contrary, the ACC did not only deny your said allegations by stating that funds directed to the office of our clients as First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone are lawful and legitimate as they have been previously applied to our other First Ladies of Sierra Leone, but went further to state that several allegations of inter alia tax evasion and incorrect payment of staff, emolument, and their benefits to NACIT by your companies are still the subject of full criminal investigation. Now, let me get this very serious. Now, we not be able this one, but when Koidu Holdings knocked the chest for try the First Lady, we see full-fledged the SEC pull a statement say, in fact, now, then we get case them against Koidu Holdings, tax evasion, that nobody pay the full tax, and also them the maltreating workers, and in fact they put on criminal, you see, very serious criminal investigation and they open against the first lady. But there is something very serious on this particular letter where I want we go through, and indeed this is about Sierra Leone. And according to this particular one, when we see the manner in which the contract where Koidu Olin signed for pay workers, like I say, the first lady a blunder, but when you look, if you don't read this one, you see the agreement, the original agreement with Koidu Olin signed, then I think the workers then get right, fit for the right. Yes. All right, no rush cookie with the candy. When I can see certain thing where it's shocking, really. Similarly, you stated at page 6 of your letter, under the rubric legal grounds and enforcement, that you will launch international asset tracing investigations targeting all assets directed or indirectly, including those held via nominees, proxies, trusts, or offshore structures, and worldwide freezing orders to prevent dissipation of assets, implying without stating the evidence, and similarly going beyond your corporate complaint that our clients may have assets held by proxies or nominees locally and abroad. Again, there comes the issue. On that very letter day, people ask. In fact, that I make where the OCC, that investigative, OCCRP, where them publish that particular article where show say the first lady get 10 property then na Gambia, it become a blockbuster, because in fact a lot of people quickly then points the finger to Koidu Olins. Why? Because then we don't promise them go do this proxies, and if you see what's in then journalists and they be do, then all of the assets will then link to Fatima Bio, they all are through proxies, through the mama, through in border, through in half, in sister or whatever in Fambule. That's not it. So like in lawyer, then they say, put any evidence, Koidu Olin back then, not put any evidence for suggest or for points. But so what in do, they imply as if the clients na bad person, that's if woman. Let's rush quick one. We are going to the sweetest part. Then say, beyond your efforts to stir or cause public dissatisfaction for our client, your letter is plainly disrespectful. We are certain that you will not, or without any personal motive, address a letter of the nature you thought and publicly circulated against our client to the first lady of your country of origin, and it will simply be inappropriate and illegal, defamatory to do so. The content of your letter is, to say the least, undignified, rude, ill-advised, and an all-right insult to the person of our client and our office. It veers away entirely from the central purport of your letter, being your complaint against our client for allegedly inciting strike action against your company. Notwithstanding the foregoing, our client's firm instructions are that she outrightly denies all the allegations you leveled against her in your letter, and in particular, that she did not call or initiate any strike action, did not make false and defamatory statements against your company, did not misrepresent the fact regarding the unlawful and deceitful exchange rates maintained by your companies in computing the salaries of your workers, did not engage in any fraudulent behavior with current former employees of your companies, and certainly did not incite illegal conduct at your company mining site as alleged or at all. So this again, as I stand, then deny everything that, just like the general, this all we don't hear and for say. first, not to the first lady, and I ain't go strike, and I ain't go team up with the strike. I mean, I go call the workers and for go strike, like the management caller, and that waiting the first lady talk about all in online, and you get proof even when it comes to the exchange rate, almost and they agree for period, almost in the period. All right, so family, this is 11 page, and I'm afraid it would be too exhausting for no we read it all. What I want to do, I want to we go on one sensitive side. This sensitive side, these are for the people of Salon. Very sensitive. I wonder we go down this sensitive side. I don't know which page is there. Okay, very well. Let me just take page 8. Let's take a break because page 8 is very sensitive. I want we listen and carefully what in this mean. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This now Komon-Tok, in case you don't know. Oh, yeah. Whenever we pledge with love and loyalty to we sweet mama salon. Now we all come together as one. For tomorrow, now we go make salon. Anytime where you pay, anytime where you go, anything you...
Right. So, Fambu, this now the page where I want we clearly pay attention on Koidu Holdings, right? Now we go into page 8. Alleged corporate citizenship and community contributions, failure to declare accurate finances, incomplete payment of social security contribution benefits of Sierra Leonean employee to NACIT. The content of your letter under the above headings refers, you submitted that for a period spanning 22 years, your companies have paid $173 million in taxes and royalties to the government of Sierra Leone, whilst that claim continues to be the subject of the public scrutiny. Your company deliberately failed to disclose the profits, dividends that your shareholders received during such a vast span of time. Such approach will have informed a reasonable observer about your company's true financial position vis-a-vis the overall yield that the Sierra Leone had during the same 22 years period of active underground mining. Fambo, this one is serious. This company only paid $173 million for 22 years, and these are them. Let's post the audit them. Now the audit themselves. But Amos don't make within them decade, 2 decades plus. Amos don't make. Gerald, okay, I remember that company. Gerald Mining then invest $10 million, and they make 6.6 billion na salon. 6.6 billion. So imagine if then Gaia be able to make in short period. I think for 2022, 2024, then they make. So how much Koidu Holding go don't make? And indeed, what did the lawyers and say? Koidu Holdings will not put how much then don't make, then just put what them pay to the tax and to what them pay to the government. And for the sake of transparency, they therefore don't be done. And for be done. All right, now we continue. Now, this is not the other side back way, a very sensitive for we as a nation. You further incorrectly claim that your company comply with strict labor laws enforced by the National Social Security and Insurance Trust. That claim is as inaccurate as your letter itself. This is simply because the current salaries that your companies pay to a good number of your Sierra Leonean employees are far less than what was contractually agreed upon. And as such, NACIT contribution paid by your companies on behalf of those employed do not reflect what ought to be paid by law. We enclose herewith as Annex 4, Annexure 4. Your company, this is the point. Your company's contract of service with one of your Sierra Leonean employee, clause 8.1 of the states that the company will pay the employee a monthly basic salary of $1,350 payable in leones using the prevailing US dollar exchange rate at the time. Regrettably, however, your companies have not been paying Sierra Leonean workers on such contract in accordance with the above clause. So this, a lot of the workers then go verify this or then go talk this. This now is a contract where them be signed. Koidu Holdings is supposed to pay each worker $1,350 per month. Where roughly perhaps then 40 or 50 million for payday. But unfortunately, and for payday in loans based on the exchange rate. But even as where inflation, okay, let's continue. Let the Lord and talk on that side. Let not jump for them. They said, but rather, so the 1,350, they not pay, they pay the workers. This is something where they don't sign. But rather, being using an exchange rate of nearly 2 decades ago, fixed at 6.50 Leone cents, despite growing inflation and subsequent depreciation in the value of the Leone to US dollar over the years. Regardless of the number of employees on such contract, it is simply unfair to have kept a fixed exchange for nearly a decade or more. We also enclose here in with us Annexure 5, a table showing the actual salaries paid by your companies to their Sierra Leonean staff. Note, the first 3 employees listed in the table as D1, DC, and C4 are expatriate workers, and a comparison between them and all the staff listed in the table shows a wide disparity in the salaries of the expatriates and Sierra Leonean employees, contrary to express terms of the company's contract of your service. Your companies do not only short pay their local employee, but they also short pay their contribution to NACID. What a pity. Consequently, how can you, in the foregoing circumstance, lawfully claim that our clients manipulated exchange rates against your said companies? All right, so simply, what's in this law just break and this law just pause aside. So Koidu Holdings, the exchange rate wouldn't be signed the contract, that be 6.50 cents. And since that, for more than a decade, they need to use. And not take into account inflation. And we know inflation every year, no people are in a very few countries, like for example, Japan, now they get deflation. But all other countries, they grapple with inflation. Not so? Not so? Yeah, it can go up in, I don't know the current inflation rate, but it be there somehow around 2%, you know. But we own, it don't go up to 50%. It don't go even past that, 54%. But government, according to it, don't even repay, so they do, then say it don't go down 30. But the point of it make here is, we get for look into this one back. It's very serious. How a company go take a fixed exchange rate without taking into account inflation? It simply not just makes sense. It simply not just makes sense. This is the reason why a lot of people in once let the labor union, you know, let the labor union, let the workers and stand for their rights, supported by Winstation. The first lady behind the scene even supports, not for letting go champion the cause, where in this case now it don't come up bad for the workers and because 1,000 workers they don't lost their job. And so family, what's the time for Tokyo? This is very, very serious. And what Koidu Holdings do, if at all, investigation further proof in a court of law say it's not a very serious thing for them. See? Very serious. So again, Koidu Holdings are a very powerful company. Octia, or the parent company, they're very powerful. They get connections, they get money. Well, we don't know how they call, but by just look at the whole thing, we just see, this case, if then Georgia well, they go for, you get for money there. All right. So I think the other side, all now are just copy. Now the most sensitive part now we don't take over. The most sensitive part. As all this be, the Parliament of Salone don't weigh in. All right. I'll take you to the Parliament. We know they don't. I'll just take 1 minute break back, but they can put you on the Parliament.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This now Komon-Tok. In case you don't know. Oh, yeah. Whenever we pledge with love and loyalty to his sweet mama alone. Now we all come together as one for tomorrow.
All right, so what you wanna see now on the screen? So this now the Parliament of Sierra Leone. Now in pull this one. When said them puller, that was yesterday back. Subjects requests for an establishment of assessment committee to conduct assessment on Koidu Holdings assets and current environmental risks of mine site to Koidu City. So this, I don't know how you see it, but it look like say it gets some kind of a little bit like the blessing of the government for support the government, for support the first lady, technically. So these are psychological warfare that need to take place. So now war that need effect to it. Now, each and every company where they go work on any side and get laws in. Environments are one key thing. Across the world, they're very, very serious. We don't see companies and shell company, the BP there, and where they don't take them to court for environmental damages and maybe lack negligence or maybe lack of pure putting contingency in places for cleanup, they mess up, that's something very serious. So, and we see for the first time, why now? They question well a lot of people in the why now Parliament? It's supposed for, okay, not too bad if the government say for assess, but the timing is the question or a lot of people they ask, why now? Parliament don't sit down for decade, then people that don't work for decade. Parliament exist. Why Parliament not ever summon the Minister of Labour for can explain about for make an assessment? So it's just take, I like get sensitive. If you take this one, if you read for you and I put this one, believe me, I like the sense not the sense they can. Common sense. So the timing is problematic. Maybe the motive is genuine, is sincere, then just one fit for the Koidu City people, which is a good thing for do. But the timing is a problem where a lot of people they look at. Why didn't they do this now? Are they fighting for the first lady? Are they trying to play? Taking side? We don't know. Also, but trust. Like I say, you don't need to be highly smart, or just read between the lines and see what is going on here. We know the what's up. All right. So again, we come late, so we'll tap the program here, family, and of course, we're not going to read out all again. We're really exhausted. We're not going to read out all. Perhaps maybe tomorrow we go take but the whole thing is how I explain to you. So then one assess. So the subject matter assessment don't give you what in governments really want to do. We don't see. They want to do assessment, environmental impact, and it's very serious thing. And no. So like it's possible. And the assets. So parliaments they even consider for check the assets they wouldn't get across the country. Maybe then go one season, but now mistake. Now make us start the program. Say government for behave more maturely with a cool head, because for any miscalculation, the state of Sierra Leone will suffer. The state of Sierra Leone will suffer. I mentioned earlier on the Peter Octia very powerful. They are connected and get money. If we don't do things properly according to the law, and we act out of emotion, we use power because in a salon, mind you, we also get international assets. Salon, remember, like you an example. SL Mining. SL Mining with Salon government, yeah, we forget, this now, we forget, not so. SL Mining takes Salon courts, Salon courts internationally, then winner 10 million or even more when we lost this Padakeste. See? 10 million. So perhaps we don't forget, but in case we don't forget, I remember that SL Mining takes Salon court, and then win the case, according to what we get so many reports. So this one, we will not make the same mistake again, because at the end of the day, now the Salon people and they suffer. Now the Salon people and they suffer. Who's they pull our money? They? And from the taxpayers' money for talk, they pay them case and they. Anyway, all right. When they come for finish the program, they take 1 minute 44 seconds. What we can I talk? I turn for.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This now Komon-Tok. In case you don't know. Oh, yeah. Whenever we pledge with love and loyalty to his sweet mamas alone. Now we all come together as one. For tomorrow, now we go make salon. Anytime where you pay, anytime where you go, anything you they do, oh yeah, now we for turn up Tanga one, inside Sierra Leone, let one big family, cause no place like home. In case you don't know, this not Komon-Tok. Where to bring information about salon. In case you don't know, this now Komon-Tok. Where to bring information about salon. For education, entertainment, political affairs. Tune in Komon-Tok. For education, entertainment, political affairs. Tune in Komon-Tok.
Yes. We don't come now the other side of the program. We don't come now the other side of the program now. We now it's on. Okay. Don't come at the other side of the program. Yeah. All right. All right. Take the first caller. Oh yeah. Yes, Doc. You get the platform.
Oh, yes, Mr. Komon-Tok. Thank you. How you do?
I'm doing fine. And yourself?
Yeah. Thank God. Alhamdulillah. We did do well.
Yes.
Yes. I've been listening to where you read the letter, and
Okay.
you point out now page 8, I think, say about Koidu Holdings, how they not they pay. None of this not new information. People that we were done the follow this, we were done the research on this. This now ongoing, and not to Koidu Holdings no more. On Liberty TV this morning, a guest been there. He say all the mining companies there. He said the revenue they're not the government's not able for sure waiting at the revenue where they come, where they're supposed to give to the government. They're not the reporters. So this is not government failure. And one thing where we for know, just because First Lady don't put all the tears so inside the letter, no means say ain't go able fight this company because you get forget standing. You were not an employee, you not get standing for fight them on their issues there. So this is not a great failure of the government. And I believe, say, the more this first lady they push, now the more the workers there, then they lost their chances there for let them really, really fight. You know, because we're not even hearing from the workers then.
Yeah.
So if you know they give the chance to the workers, then let them fight, then you fight. And you not go able for fight for them, because if you go to any court, then go tell and say, you not get standing. It's not a legal matter. It's not a legal term. You know, you get standing. You not go sue me. I not go take money, trust money from you, Papa. When not to you I take them from, then you go sue me. You know, unless you daddy say it don't make you a power of attorney, right? They not make a power of attorney, you not get any authority, and that the people then.
So what about if the government make for power? If what about if the government get power, or the workers and get power for attorney?
They're not going to get power of attorney after the fact. Therefore, don't get power of attorney if you don't be in a authoritative position before this case here come. But it's not going to happen now. Then all of a sudden, you know, just like how, you know, now governments, they say this company here, not been paid, they're not been paid and tax bank, they come out. So now why make una be know all of this? Why make una not be the, you know, let the company pay? Yeah, let them pay the taxes, them, the royalties, all the money they are not.
Thank you very much. Yeah, you're right. The timing. Yeah, the timing. I know the biggest issue.
Time again.
The timing.
Yeah.
Now the timing. You don't need for think hard.
No, this why they do have no more now for cover the first lady, and the first lady say na Iman na and but inside the letter it not mention that. Inside the letter it say na the company ask her, although it not give proof of that yet. But for make them sit down, then you work for say na first lady they go do am. This why it not go for go down well. It not get case. First lady not get case.
All right.
Let God give you long life and well body.
Of course, we
don't give them 1 week. Let we see if they will get
exactly. Thank you very much.
In 1 week, if they not get, let we see if Ingo go court. I really go. You know, we therefore follow this way. Let we see. We say they go win case against people that we get no business with.
We definitely go follow this case. Thank you very much, Doc, for joining us. Will they take another voice? Yes, call out where they call from. Yes, GB Bangura, you get the platform.
Yeah, Mr. Komon-Tok, I get following questions that I will ask.
Go ahead, please.
Who is covering the legal fees for this lawsuit? Dana one.
It's a good question.
Who are the lawyers representing Fatima in this lawsuit?
We don't, and they be there when the program begin.
Are they, but that number they don't know they know they name they know they now. I don't know if not the bar association or the lawyer society, but their particular names and they know they know I don't find them, they know they either not the bar association, neither not the how they call them, the lawyer society.
So what did they say? They say more or less it insinuates that they don't exist.
Bloated, just like how they bloated the economy. Then lawyer the names that they know they exist. They are the challenge anybody. Their names are where they put.
Well, we checked before the law firm exists. The law firm exists. And if you say the law firm we don't exist for more than 2 decades, or go put a reputation on
the law firm they exist. Then the Jankur.
So why would Tijan Cole go bloated, go put fake names?
When I don't get for can find out and know why. now we will due diligence that one will get for it. And my next question is this. Waiting a Fatima in whole inside government. Waiting a whole.
Well, I think Fatima can define the first lady role. It can put her in the mainstream because we know the first lady role now be quiet role, not a whole way. Be done at the centerpiece of any maybe political or maybe scandal. We don't witness first lady there, but in can define in your way in that kind, and it's to a point that a lot of people look at to say technically she's the de facto leader of the country. And many instances, then there people don't suggest say you don't go pan cabinet minister, cabinet meeting. We're not supposed. Dr. Lahai, I'm sure you remember the name, not so. Where they expose that say the first lady that attend cabinet minister cabinet meeting where by law it against the law of the country. So that's the point. So like I say, he successfully redefined within the role of the first lady.
Okay.
All right.
Now continue with the question.
No, by time don't now. We need
how does she influence decision making regarding mining laws in Sierra Leone? Because Sierra Leone we get mining laws.
Well, it's very simple. Technically, the state how they run today, top bottom. Now top bottom. They come up from one source and it go down, and we know the source. And I just mentioned to you, the de facto leader, not come out publicly, but official, but technically now, so it appear because you just said on the social media, everything are the first lady. Porters are the first lady. Marketuman are the first lady. Motocar Born are the first lady. Everything are the first lady. So I'm sure this one will answer a question. Will it take another one, Jibril?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I really appreciate that. And thanks for giving me this chance.
Yeah.
For expressing myself.
Thank you, Jibril. Thank you. We appreciate your contribution. Will you take another voice? Yes, caller. Where the call from?
Hello, Mr. Komon-Tok. This is now Abdullah from New Jersey.
Yeah, Abdullah from New Jersey. You get the platform.
All right. So yesterday I called, expressed my dissatisfaction on the UK government on the reaction only now on the exposure of the First Lady, allegations against her. A very similar situation at the Sinaya. All these things were sitting right through and then 13 lawyers and they will then come out. In fact, I feel say, they have to let them get into this sort of lawsuit. Let the incompetence of the judicial system get exposed once and for all to the entire world. I think that's to blow up the situation. We will make reform.
So you wish for let it go to the international court and let the case actually take hold.
Oh well, okay, good.
No. I ask you because now question they ask you. You want for let the case go international? Let not just stop locally, eh?
No, I want to do locally because here is the point. If somebody even feels say the judgment's not correctly happen locally, you get other stages. Go to ECOWAS court, just like some Sumana do, or you can go to International Court of Justice. But let us start on our own justice system. The reason being the incompetence. Everyone gets exposed to the entire world. Maybe when that system, they have blowout system, they happen. They will help to reform the justice system. That's the point where I made. But this is the actual point where I call for. When I look at the situation, I believe, say, the mining company, they don't deal with Africa. Sierra Leone are part of.
Yeah.
I believe, say, there's an arrangement where they are the public knowing, and there's an arrangement between the bad players then with government system and then companies. Yeah.
Thank you for bringing that. Thank you. That's not the point. That's not the point. That's not the point.
Let we be careful as a country because you make one very good point, Ali. If we really say the other way they jump now, if the young government takes somebody now and they lost, then therefore pay. What's that mean? That money where the government for spend on free quality education not go available. That money where they for pick a hospital or make code not go available. We simply mean that the salon people suffer. So the one where they jump now, let them understand that if they don't ever understand that. So if the government, the one where they fight this company, I will believe they get competent, legal-minded people, they're not only local, but international, considering the money we can get.
Anyway,
thank you. Then go. I will call back.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah. We get option for that as always. We can add only one person call up to 2 maximum. Will you take another call? Yes, Abdul from the US. You get the platform.
Yeah, I on Bluetooth. Obviously, they get me.
Yeah, right. We'll get you loud and clear.
Yeah, Mr. Komon-Tok. This I will discourage over the lawyer the situation. Then a lawyer then therefore leak them. then they sense this no good try. If it's try, we succeed. I mean, the percentage will cancel we go. But Parliament are really disappointed. With all waiting on they go on the mining sites, the condition of service, the environmental condition under which then people are the go, not ever try for probing to them matter in the past this. But let me tell them people here one thing. If this case step out of the corridors of Sierra Leone, and I will assure you, First Lady, he not get one chance. And the other good part of it, and they see the better.
Waiting, if you waiting,
this lady not get one chance if the matter step out of the corridors of Sierra Leone.
Okay.
And the other
why you think they not get chance?
Why make people say First Lady not get chance? They not get nothing for doing that mining sites. This case also for the color people they go fight for.
But he said that the management that then call on let it step in because they get frequent strike.
That's an accusation. Hey, just say them.
Well, in lawyers they don't put that. In lawyers they are charged something a minute.
For go prove an two. For see and one for go prove an two. You say don't talk about the delicacy of court case. And I tell you, and this I don't even count the influence too. If the influence kind side, the case don't go even move from here to yonder. I swear to anything. And if they're not be careful, this could be the beginning of the end of the pauper. And the one thing I see, when the woman they go so like get along, it get the man along. I mean, man send me. Yes, that for better and for worse. Therefore, see and clearly. The sorry parties all waiting and not amass as well. If they not be careful, if this case go before, and therefore use that money there for pay courts due. Thank you.
So you think Koidu maybe then go back down, then go big, then go big?
I believe selling too big for big.
Yeah, thank you. All right, thanks. All right, so Fambule, we go keep an eye on this one. The line's still open. No, they can pay attention on the comment sections, the comment section area. And we're glad the way people they come up with the ideas. It look like say we all in at one side. Most of the callers for say salon people if we leaders not take time, we there about for suffer big time because in the event that anything come out, in fact, even for take lawyer then not for win the case too or for lost the case, even for sustained lawyers a huge amount. Common case we all lawyer then most of the lawyers now what they can say self-employed. It's not just put on them civil case here first now. We people they understand. Imagine if you get immigration case, you want to take a lawyer for go fetch for you. Not just put on because this is understandable to a lot of people in there. You get immigration case, not to go approach lawyer. Let's see how much in the ask for you. About hour then the charge. And like I said, now self-employed people they know they get the case there all the time. So you know they come before them, then go, and go and go deal with you. Not for talking as a government. A government. It's a small money. Anyway. Malik, they say this case is not about the first lady. It's the first lady versus the mining company. Maybe they say there are other mining companies operating here. Why Koidu Holdings alone? Khadija Barry, they say, I know 3 of the names that graduated last year from school. And this one, they come from Alim Conte. They say, first, is this time the government need to step in to change someone within someone of these mining companies? 6-4, they say the minister has no knowledge of nursing, neither health issues. It's just an appointment. Alim says, Mr. Komon-Tok, this talk where you say Salon go suffer. How? Okay, I think I don't repeat that. Waiting if I say Salon go suffer, let repeat it again. Maybe sometimes we just can. If this case go na international, it's not a salon case. Salon courts now we not spend better money. If we go international courts, We spend force, we will not even pay, oh no, we will not know if you don't cut, if we get for win the case or not. We don't know how much the case is lock and the court. I don't give example. I think I don't know if you be listen carefully. I don't give example now. Yeah, we'll live abroad. This one, this example, plenty people understand. Where you get the immigration case, maybe you get document problem, maybe you know how much it cost you, or even when you get civil matter, we know how much it costs you. Now, when it comes to issues like this, the lawyer then they not to picking lawyer they go take. That strong sense, serious fan. So government of Salon get for spend force, maybe case will take 1 year, maybe 2 years. In how much money we pay, in how much millions of dollars we go down lost. So Salon people, who say Madabi, who say they put the money, who say Fatima they put it, are from the states. So people are indirect, people and they suffer. Now, on top of that, if, for example, just if, in the opinion of the landed judge, decide for say Salon not get right, they say law for pay compensation that's in there. What are they suffer? Fatima and Bill, Fatima and Mother Bill and money where they don't get sent, they ask stuff you like. You just say no saying they happen. What are they suffer? That's a long person they suffer. Now me and you too, taxpayers' money. Anyway, this one is going from Salimatu. Is sadly enough, Madam First Lady is the government of Sierra. They are doing all this to save our face. This has nothing to do with sentiment. These lawyers should have advised properly. But everyone is looking for money in Salon. This one, they come from G-Man Mayers. It's a many foreign company, and they treat Salon people them bad. But First Lady, no, they talk. Jerry, they say Sierra Leone judiciary is a state captured and compromised. Eventually, this case will go to the ECOWAS court. And Baby 2, they say, Fatima, your husband is an illegal president and you are causing unnecessary attention. All right. Mohammed Lami, they say, profits of entity cannot be disclosed publicly except discretionary or by court order, or you can obtain the information on their annual financial statement. No, Mohammed, I beg for differ on this. We see them big companies then. Then Tesla, then gets them quarterly reports and what they show how much they make. For be secret, we see them. Look, if they follow, Tesla suffer the setback, serious one, because of Elon Musk's involvement at the White House. But shareholders, the first quarter of them they get last year, the same period it go down. And sometimes even, especially in a public company, then they put their profits, these are something where yes, court key order, but for sake of transparency. So would I give them the right for put Amos, then don't pay, and wait and not put it for argument's sake? So I beg for defer that in that area. They happen. Yeah. And Fatima, they say, and our judiciary thinks they are with Salon. This is a company with a big names. You have been muscle the people Salon position anyone that says anything. All right, so yeah, now name Yakso. Somebody show the act. He said, Umar Fofana Day. The Monday, not die, nothing, not die. Okay. Umar Fofana Day. All right. Okay. See, somebody they come Mohammed Ali Bangura. They say, Mr. Komon-Tok, what is the difference? I think I said, what is the difference between protest and rally? Because I had Umar Fofana or altered the rally. Well, protests that's something we more or less you dissatisfy. You know, you protest because of certain things they go right. You know, whilst the rally in support of maybe a particular cause of maybe or let something happen. So there is this, necessarily means maybe I'm not listening carefully with the information, but in this context, protest is different from what they rally. Protest now something where you disapprove of, something who don't make you vex, want to have to take action, raise your voice, maybe go placard, so that violence would say then a part of protest, but in and rally now like for support a cause. Anyway, I'll just take three more. Then we see. Yes, King Kevin, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you. Appreciate you. And this one, Koidu Holdings have somewhere or something about that is my take on this letter to 50 million from Koidu Holdings and to be to authority. Lady. All right, so we'll tap Naya and hopefully we'll come back. Well, I'm not entirely sure if tomorrow we'll get a program, except breaking news take place. There is something what we depend do behind the scene. There are a lot of information where they go. Oh yeah, but we take time, and we want make sure say forget for breakdown news day. You go make sure say we don't get enough information. You work on that. And we just also want continue for say, but the first lady issue, the council flat, we still we're not done it to still get more information, and even the house, and we don't make that clarification there because we see people and show concern. Hey, Mr. Komon-Tok, that house, then we don't make it. Yeah, and for that make we go when they say the extra mile just for make sure say because no media house no din at the wall we no ever make blunder or no ever make retraction or no ever say we did it known. All the major one are known. But it's not an excuse. Accountability matter. That make the moment we know say not so that host the matter be the we retract, we apologize, we say we don't find it in, and we go 3 times at the very place, just forget it's right. So it can happen. But anyhow, I don't assess the whole thing. I know say yes, we've done what we could as a team for make sure we bring Cantona and trust. We not ever, that is just a fact. We not ever see any video of we go so viral. That video, oh my god, it just shot the internet everywhere. And apart from them, guys will be those people, the guys will be take part, Senesi and TL Conte. This is now one of the video where all be there everywhere, and lots and lots of people and super happy, and then thank we so much. I not be no people appreciate, I will not be expect the kind way of people appreciate that work there. People really appreciate that video. Oh my god, people. Anyway, we will consider perhaps maybe we'll go for the do live now because it look like say go for the do then breaking especially if not something happen. Then we'll go for the do live. But this one, people really appreciate. People just feel everybody. The only concern people and they get and say no, you miss the host. Now they be there, but now that like come up before you go under. Now that's not the concern people and get, but the action will take for going at the crown. That was a game changer. That was a game changer. People are super happy. They call the text messages them, people and we are just so grateful that you guys did it. Una not just sit down. They talk, una go there. Yes, these are the best in journalism. If you get away for go now the town and make sure say see what did happen, Ukraine, where journalism is still alive, we go get information. That's not the right thing for. But in a way, circumstance. But if na now, then kaya no go. We don't put on as one of the thing we have to take into account. We go do the best. Maybe if now Mother be kaya or anybody we would feel like on a need for itself, we'll storm there, we give a live. There are a whole lot of things we'll plan say for the know because we see people they really, really like it. And this small tear sometimes can motivate you a lot. The thank you. Because we will not be ever no say they reach that level. We are all side TikTok. I say some bloggers they will not ever get 10,000 views. So some man get 20,000 views for videos there. And it's not for we say come to so man, ever get 10,000 views. We will make them get 20,000 views, 50,000 views. I see one who gets up to 150,000. So I say we say we do. We say we go do the live. We not get that kind of view there. But anyways, Pamela, out of the program, it's a pleasure serving this community, coming out all day. So this game, what is it? Go down this. Until then, Mr. Bye.
But you must listen very carefully to your enemies, because sometimes they tell you the truth that you do not want to hear but need to hear. Sometimes you are surrounded by a coterie of people who pretend to be your friends, but they are not. They are friends of the office that you hold and the things and the doors that you can open for them. That requires discernment. That requires detachment. That requires focus. That requires selflessness. That requires intellectual firepower and spiritual contentment. Easier said than done. Power, it is said, corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. But I remember the great Tanzanian President Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere used to say that when you are called upon to serve, remember that you are not necessarily the best, but you've been given the honor and privilege of serving. That is why we call you honorable. That is why sometimes we even call you excellency, not because you are excellent yourself, but we expect you to do excellent things. If you surround yourself with the wrong people who will continue to worship you, very soon you get used to being worshipped, then you become a demigod and you become hostile to truth and you become attracted to flattery. The strength of character is very important, and power does not change people. Power reveals who you truly are or truly are. I've interacted with individuals even across this continent, men and women who mean well and they serve well. I was telling a friend of mine who is a senior politician in Kenya that one of the greatest hallmarks of a servant leader is that when he or she receives a letter from a citizen, he or she acknowledges the letter. And I've dealt with many African heads of state, and to their credit, quite a number of them, they will cause the letter to be acknowledged. In Kenya, which is my country, you write to leaders, they never respond. Never. Because there is arrogance, which is tragic. So what must one do when one gets into public office? Humility must never abandon you. I've had the opportunity myself of serving in public spaces in this country on 3 different occasions. And in my view, have never changed. I've always realized that power is temporal and that you only do your bit and leave. As William Shakespeare once said, all the world is but a stage. We have our comings and goings. If you remember that, you'll remember to always have humility as your shadow. Most African politicians, I'm very reluctant to use the word leaders when I make reference to most African politicians. They occupy positions of leadership, but they are not leaders, most of them. First of all, the intention with which they enter into leadership is the problem. They seek office because they love power and privilege and opportunity that it provides to them. They want to become wealthy, and the easiest and shortest avenue to wealth in Africa today is public office. With the minimum effort, you become a multi-millionaire. They go there in order to be worshipped, and they go there not to do the right thing. And once they have been in office, they do so many wrong things that it becomes dangerous for them to leave office. So their continued occupation of office is also to ensure that they enjoy immunity that comes with office. But when you are a good leader who does the right thing, you do not fear to leave office because nothing has changed. And I've seen leaders of that ilk in this part of the continent. And there are quite a number of sprinkling of leaders who have left office and are doing great things. Joaquim Chissano in Mozambique. Ifikepunye Pohamba in Botswana. People like my good friend Jakaya Mrisho Kikwete, Ali Hassan Mwinyi in Tanzania, Benjamin William Mkapa, Joaquim Chissano, as I've said, of Mozambique. These are people who have left office and nothing is happening to them because they are men and women of integrity. John Mahama of Ghana. There are quite a number of them now across the continent who do not fear being out of office, and they are doing great things once they leave office. But there are others who will never leave office because the day they leave office,
from politics to health, we dey stand firm. Migration and vibes, we dey confirm. Komon-Tok, now the place to be. We dey yarn and clear for you and me. Komon-Tok, oh yeah, we dey. For the future, we dey pave the way. We talk about the health, we need that for survive. Make the system better so we people go thrive. Entertainment this week, the music, the flow. But we still go yarn with this, we need to know. Political leaders make una hear the cry. We go talk and yeah, no, we no go lie. Now Komon-Tok, we dey stand for the truth. Make we rise for the sake of the youth. Oh, Komon-Tok, you go hear we loud. We don't go hide, we go make the proud. From saloon to the world, we just stand the talk. Come here, we young, now we message for Komon-Tok, this now we voice. R&B soup, we dey make the choice. From politics to health, we just stand firm. Migration and vibes, we dey confirm. Komon-Tok, now the place to be. We dey young and clear for you and me. Komon-Tok, oh yeah, we dey. For the future, we dey pave the way. Oh, now we dey young for better tomorrow. No more tears, no more sorrow. We go shining like the truth must show. Komon-Tok together, we go grow. Feel the rhythm, feel the beat. Komon-Tok where the minds commit. Komon-Tok, this now we voice. R&B soup, we dey make the choice. From politics to health, we dey stand firm. Migration and vibes, we dey confirm. Komon-Tok now the place to be. We dey yarn and clear for you and me. Komon-Tok, oh yeah, we dey. For the future, we dey pave the way. Oh, Komon-Tok, oh yeah. We dey talk and move, make we hear. From Freetown to the world, we go spread the news. Komon-Tok, now the platform we choose.